World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has thanked international allies for their continued support but says questions remain about Ukraine's future security guarantees. Speaking at the Munich Security Conference in Germany, the Associated Press reports President Zelensky expressed gratitude to the United States and European countries for providing air defense systems that protect critical infrastructure and save lives. However, he noted that previous US-led talks aimed at ending the war, including 2 rounds of negotiations in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, have not resolved key issues. One major concern is the future of the Donbas region, much of which is currently occupied by Russian forces. Zelensky also raised concerns about the proposed free trade zone suggested by the US, questioning how it would apply to the Donbas if Ukraine is pressured to give up control of the area. He said the US is pushing for a quick peace deal and wants all agreements signed at once, while Ukraine insists that firm security guarantees must come first. European nations such as the United Kingdom and France have expressed willingness to send troops to guarantee Ukraine's future security. Russia, however, opposes any foreign troop presence, with President Zelensky warning that Moscow may want the option to launch future attacks. In other news overseas, Iran says it is ready to consider compromises to reach a new nuclear deal with the United States if Washington is willing to lift sanctions. Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Majid Takhravanchi told the BBC that the ball is in America's court to show it is serious about making a deal. US officials, however, say Iran is slowing down progress. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said President Donald Trump prefers a deal but admitted it would be difficult to reach. The two sides held indirect talks in Oman earlier this month, with another round expected in Geneva. Iranian officials described the discussions as generally positive but said it is still too early to predict the outcome. Iran has offered to dilute its uranium enriched to 60%, a level close to weapons grade, as a sign of compromise. Tehran insists its nuclear program is peaceful and denies seeking nuclear weapons. Iran also stated it is ready to negotiate on its nuclear program if the US agrees to discuss lifting sanctions. It is still unclear whether that would mean removing all or only some restrictions. And finally, oil producers under the OPEC Plus alliance are reportedly leaning toward increasing oil output again starting in April. According to Reuters, 3 sources from OPEC Plus said the move comes as the group prepares for higher summer demand and as oil prices remain strong amid tensions between the United States and Iran. 8 key members, including Saudi Arabia, Russia, the United Arab Emirates, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Iraq, Algeria, and Oman, are set to meet on March 1 to discuss production plans. Benchmark Brent crude is currently trading near $68 per barrel, close to a 6-month high reached in January during heightened US-Iran tensions. If approved, the production increase would allow major producers like Saudi Arabia and the UAE to regain market share. Meanwhile, countries such as Russia and Iran continue to face Western sanctions. Although no final decision has been made, several sources say discussions are ongoing and that rising demand in the spring could support higher output levels. OPEC Plus, which includes the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies, produces about half of the world's oil supply. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5 for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.